Hello, Camzyos people. I'm still alive. Yay. I guess I'm Camzyos guy. I wanted to do a 2+ year update. What is it, September 30th? I started Camzyos on September 9th, 2022. And you can go back and watch my first dose. And I watched through my videos and I thought maybe I should delete some of these because it seems like there's some spots where I contradicted myself or things weren't lining up with how I felt before or felt after, but I decided to leave them up because that is indicative of a Camzyos journey. It's a roller coaster. But I think I've sort of plateaued. I started on 5 milligrams, titrated up to 15 in March 2023, and in April I was feeling amazing. I think my gradient was under 30, which means it's still clinically significant, but it's not massively obstructive. I don't know how else to put it, but over the year I started to feel worse, and my gradient got back up there again. I was well over 100, dropped down to about 30, and then my gradient after probably the middle of last year plateaued around 50, maybe between 40 and 70 with Valsalva, maybe up to 80. And that's kind of how I felt. My daily life has improved. I don't wake up with symptoms anymore. I can go up staircases and dance and walk up hills with a little more ease. That's kind of what I was going for. I was never an athlete, so I wasn't planning on going for a jog or anything. One of my most statistically significant numbers that has dropped is my BNP. So I'm not going to try to butcher what that says, but it's a hormone that your heart produces when you're in heart failure, and mine was over 600 when I got it checked. I think in 2021. I went to the hospital briefly for some illness, and they checked it, and it was over 600. Now, that's obviously heart failure. Anything over 100 is bad. Over 600 is really bad. Over 1,000, you're like serious. I'm a New York class 2, so I was around 600, and then I had it checked, I think, earlier this year, and it's under 100. So normal BNP levels, which is huge. I'm curious to see what it'll look like again. Keeping my blood sugar under control as a type 1 diabetic is probably one of the biggest factors for me with HCM. For me, I would probably say 90% of managing my HCM symptoms is diet. And you think I still make these stupid mistakes, and I feel like crap. But so I have a CGM. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a continuous blood glucose monitor. I just got a brand new one from Medtronic. So it tells you what your sugar is. It keeps you pretty steady, which is nice. So I've been feeling good. So I wouldn't say it's been a miracle drug for me. There's people who it has been a miracle drug for. It has improved my daily life, which is kind of what I was going for. It really sort of depends on the mutation you have. I have a heavy chain mutation. There's more myosin filaments to unbind. But with people with light chain mutations, it has been more effective. There's people on 2.5 and 5 milligrams, and some of them have had to stop because their ejection fraction dips so low. Mine has not. It's been normal. But the good news is I haven't seen anybody with a catastrophic failure on Camzyos. It was scary. It's a scary thing to start. It's a huge step in managing HCM. But so I feel like for me, it's had a big oomph the first couple of years, and I'm hoping that it'll slowly, because if you read the literature, it says that it rearranges your heart. So I'm hoping over the years I will continue to feel better, so I don't have to get any invasive procedures. My side effects have largely subsided. The big ones I was dealing with was I was having these headaches and insatiable bouts of hunger. But both of those have improved. The only thing I'm really dealing with now, which is a little concerning, is brain fog with recalling names. I talk about history a lot, and names that used to come very quickly to me are harder to fetch sometimes. Sometimes I can't remember at all. And I'm like, that's not great. But is that just because the beta blockers are more effective now? I don't know. But it's been a common thing. You can go on some of these forums, especially on Facebook, and read that people are having the same symptoms. And the headaches I was having were, I think, blood pressure related. And I don't care what anybody says. I've had medical professionals, people that surrounded these medicine, like, oh, it wasn't because it came out. It's like, bro, my blood pressure was like 180 over 100, which is insanely, for me, it's insanely high. It used to run low, like it used to be like 100 over 60, especially on beta blockers. I've pretty much leveled out now. I'm about 130 over 80, at any given time of the day. So that's good. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good. There's going to be a part 2 where I'll talk a little bit about aficamten, which is the next small myosin inhibitor drug that's going to hit the market. So if you're interested, you could watch that. Otherwise, hit me up. Feel free to comment or email me, and I'll get back to you.